everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. That is my 1993 Toyota Supra twin turbo. That's right, it's a Mark IV. If you haven't seen the video of when I picked it up, you should go watch that first. But I've had it for about a month and a half now. I want to walk you around and show you a few things I've learned. Come on. Well, first off, this car is an absolute delight. I'm so glad that this has been a dream car of mine for so long, because it turns out it completely is a dream car. You can see the target top is off. One thing I learned in my ownership is that the top is held on by 5 Allen head screws, right? So that dial, if you remember in Fast and Furious when Paul Walker turned the big knob and shoved the roof out. Yeah, that's just for TV. It takes like 5 minutes to get the top off. It sits nicely in the trunk, which is fantastic. Let's go take a look, shall we? Now, the only things I've done to the car thus far is replace the tires, because they were ancient. There she is. Now it's chilly, so I'm going to put the top back on today. You can see the Continental Extreme Contact Sport. And it's funny, these wheels are actually worth a decent amount. I took the car to Import Alliance, and it was so cool to see it there, because the amount of people that tripped out because the car was there and it was all stock was really cool. I did find one thing that is a little bit curious. What's up? Hey, Winona, how you doing back there? You should watch that video too if you haven't. Let me show you something I found. So when you're in the Supra, of course, they did a really good job of making it feel kind of like a cockpit, you know, like everything's right here for you. I did learn that the manual mode, where you can kind of upshift yourself, it's pretty fun. It's more fun than you would think, honestly. The car has pretty good speed for a stock car. You can definitely feel it spool up. I found the original toolkit in the glove box. Seats are in great shape. So here we are, you know, keep there's Alan Rich. But this is the Premier Edition, right? Because this car came out in 93. Somebody put Bluetooth on it. It was really nice. I was like, oh, I wonder what you put in there. And then I saw it. This miniature toggle switch. That's very curious, isn't it? Now, if you're like me, your mind goes a couple places, right? I hope no one put nitrous on this car. It's possible they did. I wouldn't think that this is the car you would necessarily put a nitrous kit on, especially one that you would have to hide, because there's no signs of anywhere easily that I've seen. Now, I've certainly seen people do some really good job of like the Sneaky Pete kits where they hide like a little, you know, 1-shot or 2-shot somewhere. I have not chased the wires yet. I plan to. I'm going to figure out what I did. Who knows? Maybe it ran the power to a subwoofer once, some extra fog light. But I know this. I found a 6-speed for the car, an original V160. Now you can use a CD09 from a 350Z like my buddy Tavares did. In his car, and it works well, but everybody says basically if you're trying to really do it right, you want it to hold power, you ought to go for something like the V160. The reason most people do not is, goodness gracious, they are expensive. They're breathtaking, like somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000, and you have no idea what kind of shape it's in. But there are a ton of parts out there for them. There's some great shops like Drift Motion. Drift Motion, if I wanted to rebuild these twin turbos that are on here, like they did on my 1JZ drift truck, they do that, which is super cool. But they have a lot of different small, hard to find OEM parts. My buddy Michael Elsey has helped me with a pedal kit. So I've got an OEM 3-pedal setup and a bunch of the mounts and stuff. Thanks, Michael. He's got a great YouTube channel as well, and does an awesome job. He drifts a LS-powered Mark IV Supra. But I want to show you one thing that I found that is going to majorly improve this car. Let's take a walk. So from the outside, you know, it looks like a 93, right? Got the chrome housing, headlights. Hood has a little bit of damage, right? It's kind of hard to see in certain light, but some good rock chips, a few little dings. That's gonna be harder to get out. As of right now, I'm gonna keep it black, although Royal Sapphire Pearl is my favorite color. Definitely gonna do a big MagnaFlow exhaust on here. Richard Wade is gonna make me something cool. And I said, hey, I bet TJ Hunt would love it too. Oh, cool vanity plate. Definitely gonna call my buddy Nick Swan at Fortune Auto, get a set of coilovers for it because it rides like a 93. These poor struts, they're just tired. But this right here, this is one of the biggest things that people get annoyed with is they change the headlights in 97 and 98 to a more of a gunmetal housing. So what do you want to do? What do you do if you want to swap? I'll show you. So you walk right over here, past the GT Aura. Oh, and look at that. This was actually stacked here. That wasn't placed, but I put this here. Check this out. This is a box, Toyota, genuine parts. I got on Toyota Parts, started searching, looking online, and look what I found. A brand new OEM set of 97, 98 headlights. Yeah, brand new. Can you believe that? In the box, sitting on a shelf. Now, I also found with it a brand new OEM hood. Yeah, and they weren't insanely priced. Here's what's crazy. There are a ton of parts for these cars still out there, but you've got to look, you got to get crafty online. But it was from a Toyota dealership. It came from their parts warehouse here in Atlanta, and then I just drove and picked them up. And they were way cheaper there than anyone selling them online for. And if you know these cars at all, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I will say it's tough because now what I have to decide to do is, do I put these on just like they are and make the car look better instantly? Or do I send them to the retrofit source and let them put inside there a beautiful like bi-LED setup with a really crisp cutoff? Oh, there's so many questions. So many questions, right? I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet, but way cool to think that that stuff is available still. So you gotta get crafty. I don't wanna mess it up for all the super people out there, but you should definitely look online. Now, one thing I'm gonna do today, because for once I'm home and I can mess with stuff, is these are the Heritage Wheel Imolas, or Imola, if you're fancy. These have the Continental Extreme Contact Sports on them. They were on the GTR. I'm gonna throw these on the Supra. You know why? Why not? What have I got to lose? I mean, I think they'll look great. This is a square setup, and I think that the Supra needs a little more of a stagger, but it's cold. So I'm gonna put the roof on it, slap the wheels on, and see what we got. But boy, those headlights are gonna make a big difference, aren't they? All right, well, thanks for checking it out. Be sure to like, subscribe, share with your friends. I appreciate y'all watching. If I don't say that enough, it's real fun to get to do these. For years, people said, hey, why don't you do those? And honestly, it's because I've just never had time. So I'm making time, and I love to see everybody's response. Thanks for watching.
Yo, is that a Supra?